Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Pastor Mayor with the Morning Manna. Today is Tuesday, February the 3rd. Woo! Birthday month. Yay! Especially if God allows you to see it. I want to send shout outs to all my Facebookers and YouTubers and Instagrammers, followers. Thank you so much for your dedication and your support. Definitely want to send prayers out to the homeless, the shut-in, those in the hospital, the bereaved family. Want to let you know that the Tamar Project Ministry is with you in prayer, and if you need us for anything, we are just a phone call away. Not going to stay before you long. Want to deal with today of where is your mind frame at while in the midst of your storm? Now, it's been brought to my attention, and that's even from me myself, that a lot of us are in a spiritual storm right now. We are going through some things that we felt like was impossible to deal with. But because of who we are as children of God, for whatever reason, if we felt like we wasn't going to go through something, we were seriously misled. During these seasons of storms, how is your mind frame? What are you actually thinking? What are you actually seeing in the spiritual realm while you're going through your storm? The mind is the playground for Satan when you're going through something. A lot of us, or some of us, have lost jobs, loved ones, homes, cars. A lot of us are really seriously just in a battlefield right now. We are definitely just going through some things. But my question to you is, what are you thinking? How are you looking at it while you're going through your storms? Paul actually said, and let me get up here. He said, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against power, against rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." So with that being said, it's the mind that will get us through whatever it is that we are going through. It's how we think, how we perceive it. That's what's going to get us through it. A lot of us would try to fight our battles through anxiety. If you're fighting your battles through anxiety, you've already lost. You haven't even put scriptures in it. You haven't given it to God. You haven't spoken positivity over it. You are actually trying to conquer something out of emotions and out of your anxiety. Oh, if I don't get this paid, they're going to cut my lights off. Oh, if I don't pay this, they're going to come and get my car. Where's God at? If you know who God is, where is God at in your thinking process? Where is God at in your speaking process? Out of the mouth comes is life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if we're speaking negativity over our situation, how are we supposed to be surprised that negativity came? We spoke it into existence. So we definitely have to look at where are we with our situation in the midst of our storm. How is our mind frame? And yes, I do understand sometimes it's hard to be positive in the midst of something. But if you know God, like you say you do, then you know God is your beginning and your end. He already saw the storm coming. So he already knew what the outcome was going to be. Sometimes storms come to uproot situations that we are no longer supposed to be in. And a lot of times we'll get complacent and stagnated, and we want to just sit there because it's comfortable to us. But when God is saying, no, it's time for you to move, and you are lagging in your moving, then God will allow, he doesn't cause, he will allow storms to come into your life so that he can get your attention in what you're supposed to be doing. So with that being said, I had a vision a couple of nights ago that a crystal clear tornado came out of a dark sky, a grayish dark sky. And it came right by my house, in the backyard of my house. So as I seen it forming and getting ready to come down to touch ground, I ran into my house and I gathered my children. And I went and got them into what I call the safety room for storms. For us, it's supposed to be our prayer rooms. But at the same time, I gathered my kids and I got them to that safety room. And as the storm hit my home, it did not knock it loose. I did not see any roof coming apart. I did not see any walls caving in. I heard it and felt it as it shuttered the house, but it did not destroy the house. So when the storm was over, I was able to get up and I looked out the back window and I saw that a tree had fell, a limb had fell, and I was like, okay, and it didn't hit the house. But when I went to the front of the house, I saw this big old large giant oak tree, or it was a giant tree that had been uprooted. You can actually see the roots, and the bottom of it was so large. So I said, okay, God, what are you uprooting in my life? What are you allowing me to see that should no longer be in my life, that I am either holding on to, or that I am being slow about letting go of, or that you are simply allowing me to see that you're fixing to move out the way? So in the midst of our storms, my children were safe. My house wasn't disarrayed, but God allowed me to see an uprooted tree, a fallen limb. So he's letting me know, for those of us that are saying that we are children of God, if we are not connected through the branches, we're going to fall away. Whatever it is that we're holding on to, that God is saying let go of, he's fixing to uproot it out your life. No other way to look at it for me. That was my vision. If God is giving you a vision, what is your vision telling you? All right, so then we're going to move on to the moment you accept Jesus Christ, your battles begin. You automatically had to deal with different types of storms, different types of battles. Why? Me and my niece was talking about this the other day. When we're out there in the world, whatever situation come our way, we don't look at it as it's something we can't handle. Why? Because we got a lot of sinful natures that we can go to. We can go to our different types of friends to get things done. We can lie on taxes and forms to get something done. But when you become a child of God and condemnation sets in, and you know that you can no longer go to so-and-so to get something paid, or incorrectly put something down to receive something from the government or the state, you have to allow God to be God in the situation. And then you have to allow God to give you what only God can give you. That way you don't have to repay God back. You always got to give man something if you do it wrong. If you go to your sugar daddy, or if you go to your significant, whatever it is, you're going to have to give something up. If you lie on a form, if you lie to get something from the government, if you lie to get something, period, now you got to deal with the consequences of either jail time, fines. You gonna come across something that don't belong to you because you received it in sin. But with God, whatever he gives you, whatever he blesses you with, is yours. It's already paid for. Amen. Amen. So with that being said, Satan the deceiver, once an angel of light, has declared his hostility against the Creator and all who bear his image. You, as a follower of Christ, have a target on your back. Don't you know we are not fixing to walk around here like Miss Goody Two Shoes and act like this world don't exist and we're living in it? We're going to continue to go through things until it's time for them to put us in a grave. So with that being said, how are we handling it? How is our mind frame? Are we still waking up giving God praise? I promise you I understand what the situation of Job means now. No matter what Job went through, no matter what was taken from him, he still acknowledged God. Are we acknowledging God in our times of seasons, in our storms, in our trials and tribulations? Are we still giving him the praise? The enemy does not fight those who belong to him. He fights those who have escaped his grip. Oops. So again, when we were out there in that world, it didn't bother. It didn't matter. And Satan wasn't on our trails. But when we decided to give our lives to God, honey, oh Lord, all kind of things started happening. It's like the repo folks came in. They started repossessing furniture, cars, houses, clothing, mind frames, anything that resembles Satan. He came and set up there and caused a havoc in it. But you who have your mind made up that you're going to serve Christ is saying, no matter what you take from me, God will replenish more. And that's how we have to look at it. Whatever it is that we're losing in this season, God has already got a storehouse already saved up for us to be able to go in and pluck from. But we have to give up what God is telling us to let go of. We have to stay the course. We have to stay on the battlefield. The shield that God gives us to protect us from these type of situations is so large that it covers the body. The breastplate and then the helmet, all of that covers the whole body. It leaves nothing out for Satan to come and demolish. But now if we too busy sitting up here doing this here and we're doing that there, and we pulling the helmet off and now we trying to figure out how we gonna do it, then yes, it is gonna crumble. I'm going to get ready to sign off. I have a whole lesson on this. But just again, I'm going to leave you with this. These are not random emotions or natural weaknesses. Whatever it is that we're going through, the invisible war is fought daily through temptation, fear, confusion, distraction, pride, and despair. Whatever we're going through, if we don't get out of our flesh and let God handle it, we're going to destroy it. Again, if we're fighting our battles in anxiety, in our emotions, in our anger, in our frustration, we're not going to get it resolved. And it's not going to be fixed. But when you let go of all of that and you say, you know what, God, I know you know what's going on. I know you see what is going on. However you fix this situation, I am going to be satisfied in it because it's for you that I live for. And I'm going to stop on that one right there and we'll pick up again next week. I want to say thank you again for watching and following. I hope that this message touches someone today. Please, whatever battlefield, whatever storm you're going through right now, I want you to know that God is in control if you let him. If you are out there and you're trying to fix it on your own, it's going to crumble and you will have to repeat the cycle again. Know who God is in your life. And then keep your mind fixated on him. Keep it stayed on him. Look towards the hills from which cometh your help. Now I'm going to get into some of these elderly sayings right here. Know who you are as a child of God. And everything else will fall into place. Whatever you lose, God is going to restore. And it's going to be bigger and better than what you lost. Amen. Amen. This is Pastor Mary with the Morning Manna. I give God praise on today. I thank him for his goodness. I thank him for the good and the bad. I thank him for everything that I'm going through. And then on top of that, this coming up Saturday, if nothing happened in his God's will, February the 7th, your girl is going to be turning 60. And I want to give him praise in advance for what he's getting ready to do in my life in the next decade that I have to live. Hopefully it's 2. But other than that, however he sees fit for this old girl reaching 60, his will is my will. And I will do whatever it is that he calls for me to do. Amen. So definitely if you want to send some birthday gifts out, my Cash App is on my Facebook page as well as my YouTube page. I love you guys. Please keep everyone in prayer. Go out and reach someone today. Check on your loved ones. We still got snow and ice on the ground. Check on your loved ones. Make sure everybody's okay. Do those phone calls. Reach out to people. Let them know that they are loved regardless of what they're going through. This is Pastor Mary with the Morning Manna. You guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And know that I love you. And I hope you love me too.